गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Om. Dear friends, we are in the 60th shloka, or rather we completed the 60th shloka in the last class. That is Swabhavajena Kaunteya Nibaddha Svena Karmana Kartum Netchasi Mohat Karishyas Yavashopitat. That is the 60th shloka of 18th Adhyaya. There we saw that Lord Krishna was saying, say, even if you think that even if you, out of your own delusional thinking, if you think that you don't want to fight, your swabhava, your own nature, whatever is your inherent nature, that is actually binding on you. Kaunteya nibaddhaha svena karmana. You are bound by that, say, swabhava. And then by that, you will be forced to do. Even if you intellectually, if you try to do something and then out of delusive thinking, even if you say that I don't want to do this, your nature will compel you to do that. So that is what he says. And earlier also he had said, Athajetvam ahankaran nashroshyasi vinanksyasi. That also 58th shloka he had said, if you think that ahankara means I will take the decision. So if you think that you are going to take the decision, Nashroshyasi, if you are not going to listen to this, Venanksyasi, you are going to perish. So that is what he had said. So he is using all types of logic and a little bit of threatening also. And that is what Shankarananda, there is one commentator called Shankarananda, I have been telling. So he uses the words Nayena, Bhayena cha. So Naya means logic. So he is trying to reason out. He is trying to explain by reasoning. That is Nayena. Bhayena means by putting some fear into him. So, Nayena and Bhayena also. So, Lord Krishna, he is trying to tell Arjuna that he is reminding Arjuna about his duty. And then he is telling various levels. He is telling what is the level of a Jnani, he is telling what is the level of a Karma Yogi, etc., etc. What is your level, he is saying. So, he is now going to say some more things in relation to that absolute level. That is, absolute level means that is Jnani level. So that we'll see in the 65th and the 66th shlokas. This is a preparation. This 61 shloka onwards, it is a preparation for that. Let us read this 61st shloka. Ishvara sarvabhutanam Hruddesherjuna tisthati Brahmayan sarvabhutani Yantrarudhani mayaya. So this is a shloka which is quite often quoted also. That is just to say that Ishvara is there in all of us. So to say that. And this is understood in different levels. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hruddeshe arjuna tishtati. Hey Arjuna, Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hruddeshe. So that is in the intellect. Hruddeshe means in the intellect. Hrudi, we know. Hrudaya guha. That is buddhi guha. That is in the intellect or in the form of that intellect. In every being. Hruddeshe sarva bhutanam. In all beings. Hruddeshe in the form of that intellect. Tishtati. He is there. Then Brahmayan sarva bhutani. Sarva bhutani Brahmayan. Sarva bhutani is in Dvivachanam. Brahmayan. Sarva bhutani means all beings. Brahmayan means as though rotating. As though some sort of, say you find some sort of giant wheel or something like that. In that giant wheel there is somebody who is an operator who is operating all that and rotating all those people who are sitting in that giant wheel. So like that Brahmayan, that is making them rotate, making them move around, causing them move around. So that is what is called Brahmayan. Brahma is the dhatu, Brahmati, Brahmate. Brahmayati is, that is say making somebody else rotate. Brahmati is one himself moving. Brahmayati is making somebody else moving. So that he move. So Brahmayan sarvabhutani, by making all the people move around. Yantrarudhani mayaya. Mayaya, that is Maya Here we have to take it as that Maya Avachinnam Chaitanyam only, because Maya Avachinnam Chaitanyam is that Ishvara, Antahkarana Avachinnam Chaitanyam is Jiva. So in that sense we have to take Yantra Rudhani Iva. Shankaracharya also makes a same, adds a small word Yantra Rudhani Iva Brahmayan. As though these people are positioned, Yantra Arudhani, Sarva Bhutani, Yantra Arudhani. Arudhani connects to Sarva Bhutani. All these beings, as though they are positioned on that Yantra, you imagine a giant wheel, that is the appropriate thing. In that giant wheel, all these people are sitting. So in that giant wheel, he is moving around. So that is, he has programmed you in a particular way, and then he has put you in that giant wheel, and this giant wheel is moving. So that is what it means. So Yantra Rudhani Iva, as though these people are positioned in that Yantra, as though these people are put in that Yantra, are set up in that Yantra. Yantra means a machine, as though they are put up in a machine, and then that whole machine is being operated by that. So this is the general meaning. Ishvaraha here means that Maya Vachana Chaitanyam. Sarva Bhutanam Hruddeshe, in the form of that intellect in all the beings, Tishtati, he is present. Then Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Iva, as though all the beings are positioned on some yantra, on a massive machine. So Brahmayan, and causing all of them to move. Maya, by this Maya Vachinna. Maya here we can also take it as the three gunas, because all the people are equipped with these three gunas only. So it is because of these three gunas only we are running about, doing various jobs, doing various things, aspiring for so many things. So with that, Yantra Rudhani Iva, all the people are located on that massive machine. And then this Ishvara is causing them to go around, run around. So that is the general meaning. Then let us see the Shlokam, Bhashyam. Ishvaraha Ishanashilaha Narayanaha
Ishvaraha Ishanashilaha Narayanaha
Sarva Bhutanam Sarva Praninam
Sarvabhutanam Sarvapraninam
Hruddeshe Hrudaye Deshe
Hruddeshe Hrudaya Deshe
Arjuna Shuklantaratma Swabhavaha Vishuddhantah Karana iti
Arjuna Shuklantaratma Swabhavaha Vishuddhantah Karana iti
Ahascha Krishna Maham Arjunam cha iti darshanat
Ahascha Krishna Mahararjunam cha iti darshanat
Tishtati Sthitim Labhate.
Tishtati Sthitim Labhate.
Okay, Ishvaraha, Ishanashilaha. Ishvara is one who lords over everybody. Narayanaha. Shankaracharya is very, very careful. Wherever he gets the word Ishvara, he uses the word Narayana, so that you will not confuse with that Shiva, Parvati, dancing and all that. So, from Shankaracharya's point of view, there is no difference between Shiva and Vishnu or anybody. So that is why whenever he uses the word, when there is a word called Vishnu, he uses the word Ishvara. When there is a word Ishvara, he uses the word Narayana or Vishnu or something like that. So this is because, this we have to keep in mind, because many people, they have a misunderstanding that Shankaracharya is a Shaivite. Shankaracharya is not a Shaivite. Shankaracharya is a Vedanti. Shankaracharya is a Vedanti. Shaivite is one who says Shiva is supreme. Vaishnavite is one who says, yes, Vishnu is supreme, he is in Vaikuntha, etc., etc. Shaivite says Shiva is there, who is in Kailasa, and then he is dancing with all those troops and all that. So this is a lower level, and Shankaracharya is not definitely in that level. So Shankaracharya might have written all types of praises for Shakti, for Shiva, for Vishnu, everybody, and then treating them as that supreme thing also. He might have written all that. That is basically to enable us to go through this process and then go beyond this level. You understand Vishnu and then you say understand the real Brahman. Understand Shiva and understand the real Brahman. So that is the point. Shankaracharya is neither a Shivite nor a Vaishnavite. He is basically a Vedanti. Basically telling what is there in the Upanishad. So Ishanashilaha Narayanaha Sarva Bhutanam Sarva Praninam, of all the beings, Hruddeshe, Hrudaya Deshe. Hrudaya we know, Hrudaya Guha, that Buddhi Guha, in that Arjuna, the etymological meaning he is giving here, not etymological meaning, the meaning actually. Arjuna actually means white. Shukla Antahkarana Shukla Antaratma Swabhavaha. Shukla also means white. Shukla Antaratma Swabhavaha. His self is so pure, he is so frank, He is somebody who doesn't have any sense of any deceitful nature or any sort of conceit or anything like that. So pure, straightforward, honest, Rujusvabhava. There is another word called Arjavam. Rujusvabhava, that is straightforwardness. Vishuddhantah karana iti. That is one with a pure heart. Vishuddhantah karana. Pure heart, and also we can take it as, of course, we have not seen that Arjuna has come through the process of this Atma Sanyama Yoga, etc., etc. We have not seen all that. But of course, he has only listened to this Gita now from Lord Krishna. He might have studied Vedas earlier, he might have studied philosophy, all the Upanishads earlier, but here, now he is being reminded of what all he has learned. But in the meanwhile, whether he has gone through all that Atma Sanyama Yoga, etc., we don't see any evidence in Mahabharata. So we can take it as a, in the ordinary sense, this Vishuddhantah Karana in the ordinary sense, not in the sense of Chitta Shuddhi, who is, which we talk in the sense of in the case of a seeker. A seeker who has undergone that Chitta Shuddhi, all that, we can't say that in the case of Arjuna. But anyway, he is one with a pure mind. Then there is a say line from Rigveda Samhita he is quoting, Ahascha Krishnam Aham Arjunam cha. Ahascha. Ahaha, you know. Ahas means day. Ahascha Krishnam. That is one day which is Krishna. Krishna means dark, black. Ahascha Krishna. That is one ahaha or one day is black. Then ahaha Arjunam cha. Ahar Arjunam cha. One day is white. One day is say bright, let us say. So for this aha, what is this day? One day is dark and one day is bright. Of course, it is not of great relevance here, but Nilakantacharya has given another, he has quoted that whole shloka, whole mantra, and he has also explained it. Ahaha means yagaha. Ahas here means yagaha. Ahaha yagaha. Krishnam avidusha krutam aprakashameva bhavati. That is one, say a particular yaga. A particular yaga somebody is doing as a kamya karma, an ignorant person. Avidusha krutam. One that is done by an avidwan. Avidusha is trutiya. So avidusha krutam yagya. Avidusha krutaha yagaha. That is some yaga, something which is performed by an avidwan, say somebody for his own personal gain, etc., etc. So that is something which is Krishna, which is something which is dark. That is because it has no bright future. It may give you some immediate relief, but then that is not going to enlighten you. So that is the meaning. Then tatha ahar arjunam cha swachham tadeva vidusha krutam prakasha rupamiva bhavati. So this is the note from Nilakantha Vyakhya. So that is a vidwan. He also may perform yajna in a totally say karma yoga mode of say karma yoga frame of mind. So such a thing, it becomes bright. Such a thing will lead you to Chitta Shuddhi, which will enable you to sit in that Jnana Nishtha class. So that is why Tadeva Vidusha Krutam Prakasha Rupameva Bhavati. So that is what Nilakantha writes. So there you can note down if you want. Ahascha, ahaha means yagaha. So one, the yaga is bright, yaga is dark when it is done by a vidwan. Yaga is bright, means it will give good result when it is done by vidwan. So this is the overall meaning. Iti darshanat tishtati sthitim labhate. So Ishvara is present in the hearts, in the buddhi guha of all beings. So next, let us read. Sa katham tishtati ityaha.
Sa katham tishtati ityaha.
Brahmayan brahmanam karayan.
Brahmayan brahmanam karayan.
Sarvabhutani.
Sarvabhutani.
Yantrarudhani iva.
Yantrarudhani iva.
Yantrani arudhani adhishthitani iva iti.
Yantrani arudhani adhishthitani iva iti.
Iva shabdaha atra drashtavyaha.
Iva shabdaha atra drashtavyaha.
So this Iva shabda we have to note, we have to put it there, if we have to take a meaning which is consistent with the Vedantic teaching. So what is that? Sa katham tishtati, in what manner is he present? Brahmayan, brahmanam, karayan. Brahmanam means moving. Brahmana. Brahmanam, brahmati. Brahmara, that is why he is called it a brahmara. Jumping from one flower to another flower and then moving from one flower, that is why brahmara. So brahmanam karayan, that is making this move Sarva Bhutani Yantra Arudhani Iva, as though they are placed on a massive machine, on a huge machine. Yantrani Arudhani Adhishthitani, that is, all the people are placed in that yantra, on that yantra. Iti Iva Shabdaha Atra Drashtavyaha, Yantra Arudhani Iva, as though they are placed on that yantra. That is something, the human mind, which is pre-programmed to particular, you function in a particular way. So that is what we can understand. Yatha Darukruta Purushadini Yantrarudhani Mayaya Chadmana Brahmayans Tishtati iti Sambandhaha.
Mayaya Chadmana Brahmayans Tishtati iti Sambandhaha.
Yatha Darukruta Purushadini. Daru means wood. Darukruta Purusha, wooden say dolls. Wooden dolls where you have also that there is a possibility for that movement. There is a wooden doll in which things are say maybe something like a hinges are there, and then say you can make the wooden doll raise its hand. You pull a small string and then the chap will raise his hand. You take down that string and then the fellow brings down his say hand. So like that. So you turn his face like this. So doing all that. So Darukruta Purushadini, all those dolls which are made of daru. Daru means wood. Yantra Rudhani, placed on that yantra. Mayaya Chadmana, somebody who is unseen. You see, there is a play. Suppose there is a play where all these dolls are, some doll show is there. So there, the fellow who is making them move, he will be there behind the screen, holding all those strings, pulling the strings. So Mayaya Chadmana Brahmayans Tishtati. So he is present behind all, making them all move. Brahmayan, making them all move. He Tishtati. So iti Sambandhaha. So in that way it has to be understood. Then Tameva Ishwaram. Next shloka. There is no avatarika for this. Let us read shloka. Tameva Sharanam Gacha.
Tameva Sharanam Gacha.
Sarva Bhavena Bharata.
Sarva Bhavena Bharata.
Tat Prasadat Param Shantim.
Tat Prasadat Param Shantim.
Sthanam Prapsyasi Shashvatam.
Sthanam Prapsyasi Shashvatam.
So Tameva Sharanam Gacha. Hey Arjuna, Tam means Tam Ishwaram. Sharanam Gacha. Sharanam Gacha literally means you surrender. You surrender to him. Sharanagati. We know this Sharanagati. That is treating that as the only goal. Narayanaha. Naranam Ayanam. He is the goal for all the humans. So that is why he is called Narayana. So like that is the goal. That is the only thing which we have to know. That is the base. That is the main thing which we have to know. So in that sense, Sharanam Gacha. Of course, Sharanagati, Sharana. In another next shloka, Madhusudana Saraswati is going to write a beautiful commentary about 3 levels of Sharanagati. I will read in that next shloka, that is Manmana Bhava Madbhaktaha. There I will read. But here let us just simply say that Sharanam means surrendering to that highest principle, trying to know that highest principle. So that is it. Tameva Sharanam Gacha Sarva Bhavena. Sarva Bhavena means Sarvatmana. Sarvatmana is, that is what Shankaracharya writes. That is, there are 2 meanings which we can say. Sarvatmana means Manasa, Vacha, Karmana is one general meaning. That is, with your mind, heart, soul, as we say. With your mind, heart and soul, you surrender to that, you try to be on that only. So that is another ordinary meaning. But in the context of Vedanta, we can also say, realizing that as the Sarvatma. Realizing that as the Atma which is all pervading. And realizing that you are not different from that. Basic point is that Atma is all pervading, then where am I? I am also the same, isn't it? If we say that Atma is something which is all pervading, and then you are you can't isolate yourself. You are also the same thing. You are nothing different from that. So realizing that that's Sarvatma, and then don't think that you are different. If you think that you are different, if you think that you are somebody connected with this Deha, Indriya, etc., then you have got an ahankara, that I, notion of I. Ahankara is not pride, notion of I. And that notion of I creates some vasanas, and those vasanas produce another life. That is another samsara, that is samsara. So all that is leading to samsara only. So here Sarvabhavena is Sarvatmana. So another meaning for Sarvatmana is seeing, realizing it as that Sarvatma. Ishvara is the Sarvatma and you are not different from that Sarvatma. Sarvabhavena Bharata. Tat prasadat, by that prasada. Prasada again means two meanings.
Chitta prasada.
Number one is grace. By the grace of that Ishvara is a superficial meaning. Chitta prasada, your own, that realization. Realization brings or achieves some sort of calmness of mind. Realization achieves that fearlessness, abhayam. So all those things, that is what is called prasada. Tat prasadat, param shantim prapsyasi. Param shantim, that supreme shanti, that supreme sense of quietness. Then sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. That is shashvatam sthanam prapsyasi. That is sthanam relates to shashvatam. Shashvatam sthanam. Shashvata means eternal. Shashvat bhavam shashvatam. Shashvat is always. Shashvat bhavam is that which is always there. Shashvatam, from where you do not come down. Once you realize that you are that Atman, or you are that supreme consciousness, there is no question of falling down from that. Sthanam prapsyasi. Once there is such realization, there is no question of fall from that realization. Shashvatam sthanam prapsyasi. Prapsyasi means you will attain. Prapsyasi is future tense. Prapsyasi. Okay. Then let us read the bhashyam. Tameva Ishwaram
Tameva Ishwaram
Sharanam Ashrayam
Sharanam Ashrayam
Samsararthi Haranartham
Samsararthi Haranartham
Gacha Ashraya
Gacha Ashraya
Sarvabhavena Sarvatmana He Bharata
Sarvabhavena Sarvatmana He Bharata
Tataha Tat Prasadat
Tataha Tat Prasada
Ishwaranugrahat
Ishwaranugraha
Param Prakushtam Shantim Param Uparatim
Param Prakushtam Shantim Param Uparatim
Sthanam Cha Mama Vishnoho
Sthanam Cha Mama Vishnoho
Paramam Padam Avapsyasi
Paramam Padam Avapsyasi
Shashvatam Nityam.
Shashvatam Nityam.
Okay. So Tameva means that Ishwaram. That Ishvara, that Chaitanyam which is there everywhere. Sharanam, Ashrayam. Ashrayam Gacha means Sharanam, in the sense that you realize that you are not different from that. Ashrayam. And that is the only thing which will remove you from this, the wheel of samsara, which will take you out of this wheel of samsara. Samsara arti haranartham. Samsara arti haranartham. Harana means to take away. Samsara arti means all this dukkha. Arti is dukkha. Arto jignasur artharthi. All this samsara dukkha haranartham, taking away, for removing all this dukkha or pain which is associated with the samsara. And that is done, that is possible only by knowledge. That is possible only by awareness, not by the sense of duality. With the sense of duality, you are always identifying yourself with the body-mind complex, and you are always saying, okay, oh Lord save me, oh Lord save me. So there is a punyam, there may be punyam, but that doesn't relieve from the samsara. So anyway, samsararthi haranartham gacha ashraya. Okay, you take shelter in that frame of mind. Sarvabhavena sarvatmana. Sarvatmana, I explained that word. That is realizing it as not different from you. Then tataha tat prasadat, by that grace of that Lord, or by such understanding, Ishwaranugrahat, param prakrustam shantim. Prakrushtam is the supreme. Para again, prakrushta is also another word. Krishna, prakrushta, all these are related words. Krushta, utkrushta, nikrushta, prakrushta, these are all upasargas, different upasargas to this for the same root. Karshana. Karshana means to pull. Prakrushta, highly exalted. That is what is highly exalted. Nikrushtam is highly put down. So that is it. Param prakushtam shantim, param uparatim param uparatim. So that is the highest stage of uparati. Uparati means uparamanam. That is actionlessness. That is naishkarmyam. That state of actionlessness. That is uparati. Param uparatim. Then sthanam cha mama vishnoho. Here again, where there is a word Ishvara, he is using the word Vishnu. Mama cha sthanam mama Vishnoho paramam padam avapsyasi. That supreme place, or that not exactly a place, it is not a place to go, that is a level of understanding. It is not a place to go, but it is a level of understanding. Padam avapsyasi shashvatam nityam. You realize that highest, you will have that highest state of realization. Then Next, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Iti te jnanamakhyatam
Iti te jnanamakhyatam
guhyad guhyataram maya
guhyat guhyataram maya
vimrusyaita daseshena
vimrusyaita daseshena
yathechasi tatha kuru.
yathechasi tatha kuru.
Okay. Iti te jnanam akhyatam. Te means to you. Iti means in this manner. Te to you. Jnanam akhyatam. This jnanam, this whole Brahma jnanam has been told to you. Akhyatam. Kya means khyapanam. Means to say. To make it say available. That is khyatam. Akhyatam. Guhyat guhyataram. That is it is a great secret. It is highly guhyam, not exactly secret, something which has to be protected. Guhya, gopaniya. Guhya means gopaniya, something which has to be protected as a greatest treasure. Guhyat guhyataram. There is already a treasure. This is something, it is more important and more sacredly guarded than that treasure. Something which has to be more sacredly guarded than any other treasure. So that is guhyat guhyataram. Maya means by me. Why is this guhyat guhyataram? This word we have come across even earlier. Iti guhyatamam shastram, etc. Upanishad also, and also in Gita also we have come across guhya. Something gopaniya means this is something which can be appreciated only by a sort of a disciplined person. Somebody who is an initiated person, someone who has gone through the drill of this Veda, somebody who has gone through the drill of Karma Yoga, someone who has also gone through some drill of Atma Sanyama, that is self-discipline, etc. That is Patanjali Yoga, where this say Yama Niyama, Asana Pranayama, all these things are there. All these things have to be consciously cultivated, because Karma Yoga by itself, okay, some Chitta Shuddhi it is there. Karma Yoga brings Chitta Shuddhi to some extent. But then it should also be associated with this Yama Niyama, Asana Pranayama, getting rid of all these Chitta Malas, etc. etc. Karma Yoga may not totally ensure all this. So that is why, as a complement to this Karma Yoga, this thing also has been told. And as a complement to these two things, Bhakti also has been told, isn't it? These three are all in the level of karma only. All in the level of karma only, but all these things have to be integrated, isn't it? A person who is initiated in that manner, he will be able to understand this message that there is something called Sarvatma. This Brahma is something which is all pervading. Then Ishvara is something who is there in every, in all the Buddhi Guhas. So these are certain statements which can be appreciated only by a disciplined mind, and not by some sort of an indisciplined person, somebody who is not aware of Vedanta. So such people can never appreciate. They may ridicule also. So that is why it has to be protected. So it has to be told to a disciplined person. So guhyat guhyataram maya. Then vimrushya etad asheshena. Vimrusyaitad asheshena. Vimrushya etad asheshena. Asheshena means completely, without leaving anything. Asheshena. Shesham is remaining. Asheshena means without leaving anything. Etat, this one, vimrushya. Vimrushya means having deliberated on this, having pondered on this. So you please ponder on this, you deliberate on this, you reflect on this. So that is the meaning. Vimrushya etad asheshena. Having reflected on this without living, say completely, fully, then yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Yatha ichhasi is yatha ichhasi. Do as you like. This is again a veiled threat by Krishna. Yathechasi tatha kuru. Because again in the final slokas he is also going to say, you will now you say if you think that you are going to do whatever you want, it is your own delusion. You can't do that. He had told earlier, and he will also say later. So vimrushyaitad asheshena. Okay, you think all this, and then you yathechasi tatha kuru. So let us read the bhashyam. Ityetat te tubhyam jnanam akhyātam kathitam guhyad gopyad guhyataram atishayena guhyam rahasya vityarthaha. Maya sarvajnena ईश्वरेण
मया सर्वज्ञेन ईश्वरेण
विमृश्य विमर्शनम् आलोचनं कृत्वा
विमृश्य विमर्शनम् आलोचनं कृत्वा
एतद् यथोक्तं शास्त्रम्
एतत् यथोक्तं शास्त्रम्
अशेषेण समस्तम् यथोक्तं च अर्थजातं
यथोक्तं च अर्थजातं
यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
Okay. So here iti etat iti means this whatever has been told te to you tubhyam jnanam, this particular say process called brahma jnanam has been akyatam means told, kathitam. Then what type of what type of jnanam? Guhyat, gopyat. Gop, in Sanskrit gup dhatu means gupa rakshane, that is to protect. So this is something which has to be protected, not that it has to be kept a secret and it should not be revealed to anyone, etc. Because in our Siddhanta, a disciplined mind is what is the eligible mind. It does not mean that it has to be preserved only for some particular people or something like that. Any human being is eligible for Brahmajnana, he is entitled for Brahmajnana, provided he undergoes the discipline. So that is the basic Siddhanta. So guhyat, gopyat, guhyataram, atishayena guhyam. Guhyatara is a comparative degree. Guhyat, guhyataram. So it is more important than anything say which is so well guarded. So that is why this has to be guarded. Then Maya means Sarvajnena Ishwarena. So he is here, Krishna is placing himself in the place of that Maya Vachinna Chaitanya, Ishvara. Sarvajnena Ishwarena. Then Vimrushya. Vimrushya, what is Vimrushya? Vimarshanam. Vimarsha means Chintanam, deliberating on something. Alochanam. Alochanam. Vimarshanam is Alochanam. Deliberation, thinking, reflection. So all these things, contemplation, all these things. All the Alochanam Krutva, having contemplated on this. Etad Yathoktam Shastram, this particular Shastram, Asheshena means without leaving anything, without leaving any balance. Samastam Yathoktam Cha Arthajatam, whatever has been told. Arthajatam means I discussed a lot, all that lot. Arthajatam. Jatam means a huge mass. Arthajatam means all the things which I have told, all the things which I have told have to be deliberated by you, have to be thought over by you, have to be reflected upon by you. Arthajatam. Then yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. Then let us see the next sloka. Sarva guhyatamam bhuyah.
Sarva guhyatamam bhuyah.
Shrunu me vacha paramam vachah.
Shrunu me paramam vachah.
Ishtosi me drudhamiti.
Ishtosi me drudhamiti.
Tato vakshyami te hitam.
Tato vakshyami te hitam.
So then he says, Bhuyah Shrunu. You listen again. Bhuyah means again, Shrunu means listen. Me paramam vachah. My is my paramam vachaha, that supreme words, greatest words of advice. What type of advice? Sarva guhyatamam. So this is guhyatamam. In the earlier shloka we heard it as guhyatara, comparative degree. Now we are seeing the superlative degree, guhyatamam. This is the greatest, highest thing to be protected. This is the knowledge to be protected in a very, very careful manner. Then ishtosi me drudhamiti. Then, in fact, we always get a doubt in this class because guhyat guhyataram. This is something we should not be told to anybody who is not having a properly disciplined mind. But we are putting it on internet, so anybody can listen, everybody can listen. So why are we doing this? So when we say this, so maybe the effect of Kali Yuga. The effect of Kali Yuga means, so Krishna was talking it in Dwapara Yuga. But if you don't tell it to everybody now, then this thing will disappear. If you don't tell it to anybody, to everybody, at least somebody who is having some Shraddha in him, because we can't, when they say discipline can be in different ways. So Vedic discipline was there, which was a prescribed way in olden days. The present day has its own various means of discipline. So somebody who is listening somewhere, so we have to presume that that particular gentleman is having enough discipline. So otherwise he would not be listening to this Gita class. Only a person who is having some sense of discipline, some sense of Shraddha, some sense of Jijnasa, only some such person will be listening. So that is why it is our duty to tell Otherwise, this will be lost also. So, guhyat guhyataram, if you keep it a secret and you don't tell anybody, this will be lost. So, that is how I convince myself. Okay, guhyatamam bhuyah shunu me paramam vachaha. Then, ishtosi me drudhamiti. Me, to me, drudham ishtaha asi. Drudham means very highly. Drudha, very strongly. Ishtaha. Ishtaha means somebody who is liked. I strongly like you. I like you so much. So that is it. Very much. Drudham. Very strongly. Drudha, you know the ordinary word. Something which is drudham means which is very firm. Something which is tough. So drudham ishtaha asi. You are very strongly liked by me. Or I rather strongly like you. Ishtosi me drudhamiti. Tataha vakshyami te. Tataha means therefore. Tataha means therefore. Te hitam vakshyami. I am telling you what is good for you. Te hitam. What is good for you, I am going to tell. So this is another sentence where he is very strongly counseling. So tatha bhuyopi maya uchyamanam shrunu. Let us read. Tatha bhuyopi maya uchyamanam shrunu.
Tatha bhuyopi maya uchyamanam shrunu.
Sarva guhyatamam.
Sarva guhyatamam.
Sarva guhyebhyo atyanta guhyatamam.
सर्वगुह्येभ्यो अत्यंत गुह्यतमं
रहस्यम उक्तमपि असकृत भूयः पुनः शृणु मे मम परमं प्रकृष्टं वचः वाक्यम् Okay, so okay, we'll stop here. Tataha bhuyopi. Bhuyopi means again, maya uchyamanam vachanam shrunu. Listen to what I am saying. Sarva guhyatamam. Sarva guhyebhyah atyanta guhyatamam. That is, this is something which has to be most sacredly guarded than any other thing which is guarded. This is something which has to be most sacredly, most sincerely guarded than any other thing. Guhyatamam. Uktam api asakrut, though it has been told earlier. Asakrut uktam api. Asakrut means several times. Asakrut uktam api, though it has been told several times, because all through Gita we have seen several statements of this, several statements. Bhuyaha punaha shrunu me paramam vachaha. Again I am going to tell my certain things. Then, na bhayat napi arthakaranadva vakshyami.
Na bhayat napi arthakaranadva vakshyami.
Kim tarhi ishtaha priyosi me mama drudham avyabhicharena iti krutva tatah tena karanena vakshyami kathayishyami te tava hitam param jnana prapti sadhanam tadhi sarvahitanam hitatamam. So he is explaining what is this hitam. What is hitam? Jnana prapti is the most desirable thing or most desired thing. So that is what I am going to say. So na bhayat napi arthakaranadva. I am saying this not out of any fear or not out of any sort of personal gain. Napi arthakaranad. Artha means some sort of purpose. Artha is actually purpose. Purusha artha. I don't have any objective, I don't have any agenda. So that is what it means. You have to use a contemporary word. Na bhayat, not that I am afraid. Napi arthakaranat, there is no particular purpose for me. Vakshyami. Then why are we saying, why am I saying kim tarhi? Then what then? Priyaha asi me mama. You are dear to me. Drudham avyabhicharena. Without any sense of doubt. Avyabhicharena. That is something which is who you are my closest friend. So from that point of view, that is in that sense we have to take that avyabhicharena. Then avyabhicharena iti krutva. Then because of that, tena karanena means because of that, vakshyami kathayishyami, I am going to tell tava hitam, what is good for you, what is this which causes good, jnana prapti sadhanam. Whatever is leading you to the jnana, that is something which is hitam. Whatever cannot lead you to jnana cannot be the hitam. So suppose Krishna tells some other thing which is not leading him to jnana, but he is leading to something else. So definitely it is not hitam. So hitam actually means something which is leading you to that level of jnana. Tadhi sarvahitanam hitatamam. That itself, that only, tat he means yasmat, because That only is the thing which is leading you to that jnana prapti. Then kim tad ityaha.
किं तदित्याह
What is that? What is that which is leading to Brahma? Say jnana. Say what is this jnana prapti? So this is what is leading to jnana prapti. Next shloka. Manmana bhava madbhakto
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो
madhyaji mam namaskuru
मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु
mame vaishyasi satyam te
मामे वैश्यसि सत्यं ते
pratijane priyosi me.
प्रतिजाने प्रियोसि मे.
Okay. Manmana bhava madbhaktaha bhava madhyaji bhava mam namaskuru. You do this, you do this, you do this. That's what Krishna is saying. Manmana, that is your mind on me. Mat plus mana, manmana. Mat plus mana is manmana. That is my mind. You have me in your mind. Manmana bhava means you keep your mind in me or keep your mind on me. So that is what it means. Manmana bhava. Keep your mind in me or on me. Then madbhaktaha. Be my devotee. Then madhyaji. You work for me. Work means yaga. Yaga mat yaji. What is yaji? One who performs yajna is a yaji. Yajna or yaga, one who performs a yajna is yaji. That means you do yajna for my sake. Yajna we have seen different meanings, different levels of meaning. Madhyaji means one who is working for Loka Sangraha, one who is doing something as an order from the Lord, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. So that is what is Madhyaji. Somebody who is doing a karma yoga. So that is what is Madhyaji. Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru. You worship me. Then Mameva Eshyasi. Mame Vaishyasi is Mam Eva Eshyasi. Eshyasi means you will attain. Prapnoshi. Eshyasi means Prapnoshi. You will attain. Prapsyasi rather. That is future. Then Satyam te pratijane. I am just promising you. I am promising this. This is the truth. Satyam te pratijane. I am promising. Pratijane means pratignyam karomi. Pratignya, pratignya is a statement, assertion. I am asserting, I am promising. So that is it. Te pratijane means I am promising you. This is satyam, this is what is truth. Priyosi me, you are dear to me. So here of course, manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji, though these words are very simple, Nilakantha Vyakhya has given a small, an interesting explanation. Manmana bhava is one level. That is Brahmatma Abheda. Manmana. You come into my level. That is, you realize that you are me. Manmana bhava means you realize that you are not different from me. That is Brahmatma Abheda. Brahmatma Abheda is something which is being told in the last 6 chapters of Gita. That is Antima Shatkam is dealing with this Brahmatma Abheda. So it is that level, he says. Then Madbhaktaha. That is, Bhakti is what? That is in the sense of duality. In the sense of duality, Bhakti is done, isn't it? Upasana. This is another word for Bhakti is Upasana. You think realize, say keep some idea of God and then you try to realize that thing and you worship that. So that is what is Upasana. So that is Upasana is what has been that Atma Sanyama Yoga onwards. We have seen in this Madhyama Shatkam of this Gita. This 7 to 12, what we have seen is that Upasana. Then Madhyaji, that is working for me, karma, loka sangraha, etc., is what was told in the first few chapters, isn't it? So Madhyaji is karma pradhana. So then Madbhakta is Upasana pradhana. Manmana is Jnana pradhana. So in all these 3 levels, he says, these 3 levels, this Sopanatraya, that is 3 steps rather. In these 3 steps or 3 layers, you have to reach me. So first of all, you have to do this Madhyaji, that is you do, first of all, Mad Namaskuru, do some puja, then Madhyaji, then you work for me for this Loka Sangraha as an order from the Lord, that is Karma Yoga, Mad Bhaktaha, that is devotion, self-purification, etc. Then Manmana Bhava. Then that is the final stage. Though it is told in this party order now, we have to understand it in the reverse order. Manmana Bhava is that highest level, where you realize that you are not different from me. Brahmatma Bhava. So this is the meaning given by Nilakantha Acharya. one or two lines I will just see. Manmana bhava. You see what he writes is aham pratyagatmanandaika ghanaha paripurnaha tadakaram manaha yasya sa manmanaha. Manmana is one who has this realization. Aham pratyagatmanandaika ghanaha paripurnaha tadakaram manaha yasya. That is, I am that supreme, that anandaika atma anandaika ghanaha. I am that eka ghana, means that homogeneous, happy, blissful entity called Ananda Ghana, that homogeneous, blissful entity called Ananda Ghana. I am that Paripurna, I am the whole. So that is what, that sort of understanding is there. That person is called Manmanaha. Then Yetena Brahmatma Bhedopi Sakshat Karaniyaha. That is what he says. So anyway, this is one way of interpretation by say Nilakantacharya. Shankaracharya, of course, he gives a simple interpretation. Let us see the Bhashyam. Manmana bhava, Machitto bhava, Madbhakto bhava, Madbhajano bhava, Madhyaji, Madhyajana-shilaha bhava, Mam namaskuru, namaskaram-api mamaiva kuru. So these are all normal, simple explanation. Manmana bhava, that is Machittaha bhava. You keep your mind in me. Dwell, you say, let your mind dwell in me or on me. Then Madbhaktaha bhava, Madbhajano bhava. This is also simple. Bhajana, that is in the sense of duality also. It means then Madhyaji, Madhyajana-shilaha bhava. That is, you do all your works as an order from the Lord, as the cosmic plan, as contributing to the cosmic plan, as the individual's contribution to that samashti. So all that, with that frame of mind. Then Mam namaskuru means namaskaram-api mamaiva kuru. You worship me. Then tatra evam vartamanaha Vasudeve eva sarvasamarpita sadhya sadhana prayojanaha Mameva yeshyasi agamishyasi. Okay, tatra evam vartamanaha. If you are in this position, evam vartamanaha means if you conduct yourself in this way, vartamanaha, conducting yourself in this manner, if you conduct yourself in this manner, what manner? Vasudeve eva sarva samarpita sadhya sadhana prayojanaha. Vasudeva, that is Vasudeva also is, we have seen that meaning. Vasanti jaganti yasminniti vasuhu. That is that all the worlds are in that consciousness. So that is Vasadhatu. Vasa also means Vas is Vasati, exists. It means Satta. Satta, what? There are two things which we come across in Vedanta, what is called Satta and Spurana. That is Satta is that Vasadhatu. The whole existence, that is in this only. Or the whole existence is due to this Satta only. Then Devaha, Vasudevaha, Divyati iti Devaha. Divu is again intelligence. That which illumines. That is Satta and Spurana. They are both mentioned in this word called Vasudeva. Vasu is Satta and Deva is Spurana. So Vasudevaha, where is this? Vasudeva eva sarva samarpita sadhya sadhana prayojana. Then apart from this, you don't have any other sadhya or sadhana or prayojana. Sadhya means goals. So that is something which is ends and means, as we say. Sadhya sadhana, they are called ends and means. Sadhya means something which has to be achieved, a goal, some target which has to be completed. Sadhana is the means, the process to go to that. Then prayojana, the purpose. So sadhya sadhana prayojana, there is nothing else apart from this Vasudeva. Vasudeva eva sarva samarpita. All these things are surrendered in that Vasudeva. You are trying to dwell in that state of Vasudeva. So that sort of person, Mameva yeshyasi agamishyasi, you will attain me. You will attain, agamishyasi means, you will come to me means, you will attain me. Then satyam te tava pratijane satyam pratignyam karomi etasmin vastuni ityarthaha. Okay. So, where is this? Okay. Satyam te tava pratijane. I am promising you the right Satyam. I am telling you the truth. I am telling you the truth. Satyam pratignyam karomi. I am making a rightful promise. What is that? Etatu etasmin vasuni. In this particular thing, I am promising you the right thing. What is that? That is Mame Manmana Bhava Madbhakta Madhyaji. In that way only you will be redeemed of this samsara. You will be getting rid of this samsara. You will reach me. So this is the truth. This is the highest truth, and you have to listen to this. Then I am telling you all this because Yataha Priyosi Me.
Yataha priyosi me.
I am telling you all this because you are dear to me. Priyaha asi me. You are dear to me. Evam Bhagavataha Satya Pratigyatvam Buddhva.
एवं भगवतः सत्य प्रतिज्ञत्वं बुद्ध्वा
भगवद्भक्तेः अवश्यं भावि मोक्षफलम् अवधार्य भगवद्भक्तेः अवश्यं भावि
मोक्षफलम्
अवधार्य भगवत् शरणैकपरायणो भवेद् इति वाक्यार्थः. So the whole meaning he is giving, Vakyartha, the whole meaning, the whole intention is like this. Evam, in this manner, Bhagavataha Satya Pratigyatvam Buddhva, having realized this statement, the validity of Lord's statement. Satya Pratigyatvam means whatever that Lord is saying is true. Whatever Lord is saying is something which I have to follow. So, having realized that particular statement, then Bhagavad Bhaktehe Avashyam Bhavi. That is what Bhagavad Bhakti is surely leading to what is that? Moksha Phalam. Bhagavad Bhaktehe Avashyam Bhavi Moksha Phalam Avadharya. You realize, Avadharya means you realize, understand. You understand what? Moksha Phalam. You understand that moksha phalam, which is again avashyam bhavi, which is the inevitable result. Avashyam bhavi. Definitely it is going to happen. That is, Bhagavad Bhakti is surely leading. Bhagavad Bhakti is surely leading a person to this moksha phalam. So that having realized, avadharya means having understood, having realized that. So having realized that, Bhagavat Sharanaika Parayano Bhava. So you become one who surrenders himself to this Bhagavan. You surrender yourself to Bhagavan. So that is it. Iti Vakyarthaha. So having realized that Bhagavad Bhakti is the only tool or sadhana for moksha phalam, you take shelter in Bhagavan. So that is it. Though this Sharanagati, I was telling you, is there one more? Yeah, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Before that, Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Yeah, here I will say. So, Bhavedi Vakyartha. Okay. Let us read the Avatarika. Karma Yoga Nishthayaha Paramarhasyam Ishvara Saranatam Upasamhrutya Atha Idanim Karma Yoga Nishtha Phalam Samyak Darshanam Sarva Vedanta Vihitam Vaktavyamittyaha. So this is a small avatarika. The context he is explaining. Shankaracharya is explaining the context. So here up to this point, Karma Yoga Nishthayaha Parama Rahasyam. That is the highest secret about, the highest thing to be known about this Karma Yoga Nishtha. What is that? Ishvara Saranata. So Karma Yoga Nishtha, simply doing that Karma Yoga, say just Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and things like that, and Nishkama Karma, that is not itself, that itself is not enough. Then Ishvara Saranata, that Karma Yoga Nishtha has to lead to that Ishvara Saranata, that is Ishvara Arpana, Ishvara Saranata has to be there. Upasamhrutya, having concluded that, Atha Idanim, now Karma Yoga Nishtha Phalam. What is the phalam? What is the ultimate result of that Karma Yoga Nishtha? Samyak Darshanam. Karma Yoga Nishtha along with Bhagavad Bhakti. Because that Bhagavad Bhakti also is there. Samyak Darshanam. Sarva Vedanta Vihitam Vaktavyam. So this is something which is there, which is mentioned in all the Vedantas. Sarva Vedanta. All the Vedantas means in all Upanishads, in all scriptures. So that is what it means. Sarva Vedanta Vihitam Vaktavyam Ityaha. So this is again one shloka which is one of the most important shlokas in the Gita. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. This is something which is quoted several times. And then this is also the shloka which is interpreted by different people in different ways. Of course, Shankaracharya has given a very long interpretation which may take us a few days, maybe about 6-7 days also, or maybe more. So let us see, the Bhashyam itself is quite a bit. So the shloka, let us read. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchah. So here, sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Sarva dharman, you get rid of all these dharmas. Sarva dharman. Why only dharman? Does it mean that you can do adharma? Dharma also includes adharma. Because sarva dharman parityajya means sarva dharma adharma rupan karmani sarvani parityajya. Because dharma, you can't say that, okay, Lord Krishna is asking dharma and parityajya means doesn't mean that you leave all good things and all that. Okay, do my bhajana only. So it's not like that. So because earlier also we have seen, what is that? Nahi kaschit kshanam api jatu tishtatya karma krut. A person cannot give up any karma. Nahi deha bhruta shakyam tyaktum karmanyasheshatah. That also we have seen. Deha bhruta, one who is having this body. Na shakyam karmani tyaktum. It is just not possible to abandon the works. So that is what he said. Then how should we understand here? So earlier he had said, Nahi deha bhruta shakyam tyaktum karmani. It is not possible for a person to leave all the karma. But now he is saying sarva dharman parityajya. How is it? How is it? So we have to think. That is there nahi deha bhruta. Deha bhruta means dehatma bhimanavan. So there one who is identifying himself with this dehatma, with this deha, indriya and the body mind complex. So here Arjuna is now gone beyond that. So dehatma bhimana, he has gone beyond that. So that is what is for such a person it is possible. It is not possible for somebody dehatma bhimanavan to leave karmas. But once you cross over that dehatma bhimana, you can abandon, you can give up all the karmas. So that is where we are. So sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam, that supreme Brahman alone, sharanam vraja. Sharanam vraja means you surrender. Here of course, sharanam vraja, I was telling you Madhusudana Vyakhya. Madhusudana writes a very beautiful thing. In this Sharanagati, there are 3 levels, he says. That is, one is totally in the mode of duality. That is, I am devoting myself totally to the Lord. Then having so totally devoted, then I claim a right on Him. Having totally devoted myself on Him, I claim a right. Like Ramadasa says, Yavarabba Sommani, like we have seen those things. So you claim some sort of authority or right. Then after that, at a higher level, then you realize that you are not different from that. So this Madhusudana Saraswati writes, Madhusudana Saraswati, he has written a book called Bhakti Rasayanam. Of course, I have not seen that book. So he has quoted from that. He himself has says, Vishesho Vanditaha Asmabhihi Sarvaha Bhakti Rasayane. So I have explained this in Bhakti Rasayana. That's what he says. So he quotes one shloka, Tasyaivaham mamaivasau sayevahamiti tridha. So the first level is Tasyaivaham. That is, Aham Tasya Eva. I belong to him. That is, I am his servant. I am doing everything with Ishwararpana Buddhi. I am doing whatever I have to do as an order from the Lord. So that is Tasyaivaham level. That is just doing this Bhagavad Bhakti as an order from the Lord. Not Bhagavad Bhakti only, all karmas, Bhagavad as an order from the Lord. Then he claims some authority, as I said, Mamaivasav, he belongs to me. Where can he go? He is in my heart. Like Hanuman, in one story, Hanuman tears open his chest and then there Lord Rama and Sita are there. So like that, Mamaivasav, you can't escape from me, you are in my heart. So that is where Bhakta, that is another level of Bhakta. Then Tasyaivaham Mamaivasau Sayevaham iti tridha. Sayevaham. I am that. Sayevaham. That is Tattvamasi. In other words, Sayevaham. Aham Brahmasmi. So iti tridha. Bhagavat Sharanatvam Syat Sadhanabhyasa Pakataha. Sadhana Abhyasa Pakataha. By maturity of this sadhana, by maturity of this Brahmanusandhana, by maturity of this bhakti from a lower level to a middle level. Lower level is I belong to him. The middle level is he belongs to me. The higher level is I am this one and the same. We are one and the same. So iti tridha. Say Bhagavat Sharanatvam Syat. So the Sharanagati has to be understood in these three levels, he says. So we'll continue in the next class. This sloka also I have to explain. We'll continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.